Hello, Helen at Chappelle Roofing. This is Joel from JND SEO. And we spoke briefly on the phone earlier today, so I'm going to send you this video to show you 3 ways that you can beat your competition online. And I don't want to waste your time, Helen. I don't want to waste mine, so I'm going to make this as quick as possible. If at the end of the video you'd like to hear more information, then let's set up a 10-minute phone call. If not, no problem. I'm going to give you some free tips in the video that you could actually apply right to your site, and it should help you out. Alright, so the first thing I'd like to talk about today is content. So as you can see, I am on your homepage, and I just want to kind of scroll through and see about how many words of content that you have. And you guys do have a good amount of content on here. You probably have maybe 600 words of content, give or take. And Google recommends having about 1,500, and the reason for that is because the more content you have on your page, the higher Google will rank you. But the other reason is that the more content you have on your page, the more keywords and keyword phrases you can put on that content. And just as an example, I put in roofing Sarasota, Florida. And this is a really good word for bringing in visitors, but also this is what visitors or new customers would put in if they were searching for services in your area. The first thing they would see would be these ads. Some companies pay to be seen first in order to bring in new customers. The second thing they would see would be this map section. Top 3 companies are going to show up in here based on citations, and that's just when they get their business name, address, and phone number, those 3 things all listed together into a directory site such as Yelp, Yellow Pages, Home Advisor, just to name a few. After that, we're going to get into this organic section. The top 10 companies will show up here on the first page. There'll be 10 results for every page as long as there's results. And these show up based on two parts of Google's algorithm that we've talked about, and that's content and keywords. There are more parts to that as well. But we can actually rank our key phrase or keyword, roofing Sarasota, Florida, based on the results. So number 1 would go to roofing by Curry, 2 would go to Florida roofing, and 3 would go to Yoder roofing. So what I want to do next here is I'm going to take your website, chappelleroofing.com, and I'm going to plug it into a program called Ahrefs. And this just allows me to kind of analyze your website. First thing I notice, you guys don't have any headers on your page. If you did, that's just a way for Google to find you a little bit easier in searches. And you can put your business name in there, and you could also even put a few keywords as well. Next up, I want to dive into the numbers a little bit. So 736 referring domains. And these are just websites that you have links on. And on these 736 websites or domains, you have over 113,000 links so based on those pages. When people click those links, it just sends them back to your site. You guys do have 196 keywords you can be found for in searches. And these are what really generate the visitors to your site. And the 196 you guys do have are bringing 12 visitors to your site per month. So let's just take a quick look at these and see why or how you guys are getting your visitors. So the first thing we see is Chappelle Roofing. And let's see, that's actually spelled without the E, so it's actually a typo. But sometimes typos will rank higher than the correct spelling. And 60 people do search for you by name like that, exactly how we have it spelled there. And for this, you guys are in the 5th position. So we talked about how there's 10 results per page. And so by being on the on the first page here as number 5, that puts you about in the middle of the first page. That's going to get you some results. Next up, roofers near me. This one, this one is a national term. That's why there's so much volume on it, because anyone could search this from anywhere in the US. Now, you guys are in the 35th position for this, which puts you basically in the middle of page 4. So you actually are getting a couple results, assuming, because that's people, Google kind of knows your location, so it's going to be able to kind of filter that to some extent. But all your visitors are actually coming from these top 2 here. After that, we also want to, people who search you by name know who you are. It's going to be a lot of referrals, people who saw your signs. But you also want to bring in new customers. And that would be a good one. This would be a good one here. Or even Ellington Roofing would be a good one up here. But roofing, Bradenton, 150 people do search that. This one, you guys are 32. For Ellington Roofing, 50 people search it, you guys are 18. We've actually found that 80 to 85% of people will not go to page 2 if they do a Google search. And when you think about it, if you do a Google search, would you go to page 2? Because there's a really good chance the answer for that is no. So I can tell you right now that all of your search results are coming from here. So you definitely would want to increase the search results that bring in new customers such as these. And you guys do have some of these in here, but the problem is that you're ranking outside of the top 10. You know, you're on page 2 here. The other one you're on page, I think, 3 here. Let's see where that one go. Roofing Bradenton, you're on page 4 for that one. So we just got to get you on that first page and you'll get a lot more results. Just to give you a quick example, I'm going to go to Roofing by Curry, one of the top results in the area. And they have they also are not using their headers, which would help them as well. But 157 referring domains, sending back over 1,400 links. They have about 1,200 keywords they can be found for. And that's really why they're getting 535 visitors to their site every single month. Again, I want to quickly look at their keywords. And they have Roofing by Curry, their name. 600 people do search them by name. And they're number 1 for that, so they're in the first position. I'm going to skip down here to some ones that bring in new customers. Roofing Contractor, Sarasota FL. 80 people searched that as well, and they're number 1 for that. Sarasota Roofing Contract, another good term. 80 more, number 1. Sarasota Roofing Companies, 70, and number 1. And you guys see the pattern. They're really number 1 for a lot of these good terms, but they're in the top 5 for everything. And the higher up you are ranked, the more you're going to get. All right, guys, so we could, if we added 3 to 4 good terms to you, maybe even 5, that we could bring in about 100 visitors to your site. And that 100 visitors should bring about 50 calls. But even if it brought in 20 calls, if you got maybe 10 estimates off those 20, and even if you only landed 20% of those clients and got 2 more deals every month, that would still be a pretty good increase. And like I said, I think we went a little low on those numbers. We could probably get you 4 out of the 100. And, that would give you basically 1 more deal a week. If you guys want to hear more, let's just set up a 10-minute phone call. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it, and have a great day.